Okay, so today on Rough Riders, we're going to talk about flooring mats for your home gym, so stick around. Welcome to Rough Riders. I'm Jay Taylor. If this is your first time here, thanks for stopping in, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So today we're talking about floor mats that I put in for my home gym, and I wanted to share kind of what I've learned along the way, the pros and cons, and some of that with you to kind of help you out here. Now, I've got this nice spacious basement here at my house, and I got a great spot to set up my home gym, and I know I needed to put down some flooring for that because otherwise it's just hard cement. And I did a bunch of research, I tried a few different solutions, including some of those interlocking ones, and they just weren't really working out well. They weren't really durable enough. And so, in doing my research, I stumbled across these horse stall mats, and that it seems like it's a fairly common for a lot of home gym folks to put these things in there as flooring. And so I thought I'd give it a try and see how it worked out. And overall, I do like it quite a bit. This is a great solution. Now, these floor mats, you can get them in different sizes. You can get them in different thicknesses. They go from 3/8 of an inch up to 3/4 of an inch, and you can get the typical size is 4x6. You can also get, I've seen some in 5x7, and so you got some flexibility and some options there. They're made out of recycled materials, recycled car tires and things like that. And so they're very dense, very durable. They weigh, around 100 pounds. So they're definitely robust, sturdy, and when you put them in place, they're not going to move around and slide around and stuff on you because they're solidly constructed. Now, I ended up with two different types or two different brands of floor mats because when I first picked some up, I picked up 4 thinking that would be enough, and I went to Tractor Supply Warehouse, a Tractor Supply company, whatever they're called, and they've got them there for about 40 bucks a pop. And so I picked up the 4 and laid them out and used them for the past couple of months, and they've worked out great. Well, I needed to expand a little bit. I needed a couple more, and so I went back this weekend to pick up a couple more, and lo and behold, they were out. So, first thing I would say is if you plan on using these horse stall mats for your home gym, call ahead and make sure they've got enough for your specific needs. Now that brings me to the second point. As you calculate out your space, one thing you need to be aware of with my mats from Tractor Supply Company, and I don't know if this is true with others, but it seems extremely consistent with mine. The first 4 I picked up were supposed to be 4x6 by 3/4, and they're not. So they're about an inch shy on both the length and the width, and just under 1/8 of an inch on the depth, the thickness. So, as you're calculating out your space, make sure you account for that so that you get enough of the mats that you need to lay out your space. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was the surface pattern. So they're both non-slip. So as I said, they're made out of recycled tires, and so they're very durable. They're very dense. They're heavy, and they're non-slip. And so they're great at absorbing sound and stuff like that. But how they're constructed between the first mats I got and the second mats I got was different, and so the surface pattern and everything on them was different. So I'm going to give you a close-up of these mats so I can show you first what the surface material looks like in case that's an important buying factor for you. And then I'm going to talk about also, I'll show you the bottom sides because they're made differently. There's some things I don't like about the new ones, but there's also things I do like about the new ones, and I want to show you all of that. So first off, let's take a look at these measurements. So as I said, the Tractor Supply Company is not an actual 4x6, it's an inch shy on each. The ones that I picked up from the other feed supply store called O'Malley's, which is a local mom and pop shop here in the Colorado area. And they are truly 4x6. They're also just a tad bigger than, or thicker than 3/4 of an inch, which is actually really nice because there's just a little bit of cushion, a little bit of bounce in the mats from O'Malley that you don't get in the ones from Tractor Supply Company. Okay, so here's a look at the length of each mat. So you can see the O'Malley's mat comes in at just a hair under 6 feet, where the Tractor Supply mat comes in at 71 inches, and this was consistent across all 4 mats that I had purchased. They're all coming in at 71. Let's take a look at the width of each one and how those measure up. Okay, here you can see on the measurements of the mat, the O'Malley mat comes in at almost exactly 48 inches, where the Tractor Supply comes in at 47 1/4. And again, that was consistent across both O'Malley mats as well as all 4 of the Tractor Supply mats. Okay, so let's take a look at the underside of each mat. We'll start here with the O'Malley's, and you can see as I peel this back, it's a very tight sort of construction material, but there's these little fibers that of rubber that do slough off, and you can see it does kind of make a mess. Now generally once you put these in place, and you're not going to be moving around, you're not going to be picking them up, you're not going to have to deal with that, but it is a little bit messy when you're putting them in place. Now as I move over to the other side, you can see that there's none of that going on with the Tractor Supply one, and it's got its ribs that kind of help it stay in place, and it's definitely a much sort of cleaner mat. So that's a look at the surface patterns. That's a look at the materials that they're made of, the thickness, the measurements, and all of that of each mat. So, okay, some final thoughts. Both mats are great quality. They're both very durable, and they will both work great for flooring for your home gym. Since I have this mixed environment, it's going to work for now, but I will probably end up going back and getting some more of the O'Malley mats, just because they're a little bit thicker and they're a little bit true to size on measurement, and I think I like the surface pattern just a little better on those. But you can't go wrong with either one. The pros and cons of the O'Malley is that it's a great mat, the size and everything, the thickness, but you do have those little pieces of rubber that will shave off as you're putting them in place. Once you clean all that up, it shouldn't be a problem, but we'll see. The Tractor Supply mats, again, a great mat. You don't have any of those sorts of issues with the excess material rubbing off, but you do got to deal with the fact that it's slightly smaller than what its posted measurements are supposed to be. So you do need to factor that in as you're laying out your space. But overall, I don't think you can go wrong with either mat. It just really depends on what you like, and they will definitely get the job done. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.